What is good? So, as you probably know, because you are watching this, I'm going to go over my full story of selling on Etsy from the very end of 2018, I believe September of or October of 2018 until the end of 2019. So I'm going to go over my stores that I opened, how much I made month by month, things I did to change month by month to make more money, more profit. Get into some of these products that I tested, the products that I was selling, and just how I went about it, and kind of my story all the way to my stores getting suspended, getting deleted, and how you can kind of avoid some of these things and for your store and make your stores more successful. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and for the most part of this video I'm going to be doing a screen share on my computer and just having a little small window down below of my face. So let's get into this here, and I already got this queued up, so hopefully the screen recording is ready to go, which it is not. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so we have the screen recording up and ready to roll, and I'm going to be looking up above the camera most of the time because my monitor is directly above my laptop. So hopefully that's not too annoying on the little screen, but let's get into these stats. So I started my store early September of 2018, so I have it custom set to just September here. So we can see my first store visit was September 3rd, and my first actual order and revenue was September 25th. So I first started this store out as an apparel store, and I was just doing t-shirts at first, I believe, maybe a few hats in the beginning. And I was kind of focusing on like parody type of products, so like making fun of brands and just kind of funny things, funny shirts, anything I could think of, anything I think might sell, people might think is funny, kind of gag gift kind of things, and then just some cool designs and cool hats. So it pretty much was a general store, not really super niche. I guess comedy might be a niche, but you'll kind of see as I show you which of these items sold month by month here. So you can see $25. Not exactly sure what that would be, but if we come down here, oh wait, it was a hat. So I guess at first I was selling my hats for $20 plus $5 shipping, but then I definitely know I moved to $25 plus 5 shipping, so it should be 30 revenue, unless this doesn't take shipping into account, which it might not. We'll find out when I have a t-shirt sale in here, because it was 19 for my t-shirts plus $5 shipping. So let's just check out what I had on my store. So if we filter by views, so I had some t-shirts and hats. Let's see here, it was a Talladega Nights shirt. I want to go fast, just a quote shirt. So I had movie quote shirts, was another thing I was focusing on in the beginning. Here's another Talladega Nights, a shake and bake. And then this is actually my store logo. It was Wavy, was the name of my store, and it was basically the Supreme logo, but blue and said Wavy instead of Supreme in the same kind of font. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if anyone actually ever bought my store brand, I guess, shirt or products. Other than I think some of my friends and family ended up buying a couple, but besides that, I don't think I sold many. Yeah, so I had at least 5 products up. Let's see. There's another 5. So I had 10 products at least. So I think I just had 10 products at this point. And that was good enough for one order. So I kind of figured out at this point, just the more products you have, the more views, more orders you're going to get. So let's see what I did in the second month. October, and end date October 31st. So second month I did 4 orders, which was pretty good and convincing enough for me that I could actually make some real money off this on a pretty good side hustle. And you'll see $76 revenue. Basically, how I calculated my revenue, which I found to be pretty accurate, if I just wanted to look at it instead of actually look at the numbers, is roughly half of the revenue was profit because my t-shirts all in I was selling for $25 and it cost me about $11 or $12 all in to print the shirt and ship it out. So roughly half. But one thing is, I don't know if Etsy is taking shipping into account, which they're not, unfortunately. Dang. So all of these are going to be slightly lower. So it's probably like 55 to 60% of revenue is going to be profit. So if we're looking at $76, 60% of that is too hard of math for me to do right now. So I am going to calculate that. So that's about $45, $46 in revenue. Unfortunately, we're going to have to calculate this. I thought it would take shipping into account, but decent enough for me to say, hey, I've made these designs, haven't done that much work. I fully integrated, automated everything in this process, and just put this all together. In month 2, I already made 46 bucks. Not bad. Let's see what sold in month 2. So, filter by orders. Muhammad Ali shirt. Well, actually, one of my favorite designs. I found it online somewhere, slightly tweaked it, but it's basically Muhammad Ali, the boxer, doing an ollie on a skateboard. So pretty funny and cool design there. And yeah, one of my first early sellers and big sellers. Okay, and then here we get into some of the parody designs I was talking about, which I thought was really cool in the beginning. People didn't like it that much, come to find out in the long run, but early on it was working for me. So this was a Subway parody. So if you know the Subway logo, it is just the word subpar instead of Subway because honestly, Subway is pretty subpar, pretty terrible sandwiches. I mean, not terrible, but like I don't know where you can get a worse sandwich, if that makes sense. So I did that, and then UPS just changed the letters around in a little Photoshop to the word SUP instead of UPS, and that was another sale. And then someone did buy the classy wavy logo tee. I don't. That might have been me or like my mom. I don't know. This early on, I don't think it was though. That's weird. It might have been a legit sale. So that's kind of funny. Okay, let's move on to the next month. We are taking too long. I think this next month we really get into it here. I need to get faster at filtering this out. So here we go, November, my third month, 8 orders. So this is when I was really like, okay, this can make money at 156. Let's just use let's use 55% going forward to calculate profit. So that's going to be $85, $86 there in profit. So pretty cool to be able to make that in just the third month. Let's see what I was selling. I sold another wavy t-shirt in red. Who would have bought that? I mean, I guess that must be legit because I would never buy that in red. Because the store logo was blue. Whatever. I did sold another subpar. Scott's Tots is if you watch The Office, Michael promised a bunch of kids he would send them to college, and they made shirts for it. Didn't end up so well for him. This was actually a really cool one below it though. Goku NBA logo. So if you know the NBA logo, it has the silhouette of a player, Jerry West, on there. But this is actually Goku from Dragon Ball Z doing a little Kamehameha on him. So that was a cool one. And that got an order, 29 views, and 5 favorites. So let's see, in month 3, I probably had a good amount of products. I was trying to push out as many as I could here. So there's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 30. So I had at least 36 products with at least one view on them. So I was really pumping out just as many products and designs as I could. So that's definitely a good strategy if you're just starting out. Just things you might not think were going to work turn out to work the best, it seems. So then December in the holiday season, I'm sure this was a big month, and really, I know I keep saying it, but this is probably what convinced me to really do this thing. Here we go. Yeah, 18 orders in December at $301 revenue, which is probably like $200 profit. If we take 55% of that, $210 profit. So that was huge, and I was pretty stoked on that, and I was ready to push forward in 2019 for this. Let's check out the designs that were working. Executive producer Dick Wolf. So I found almost the exact text. I'm pretty sure the same exact font that they used on the show. If you're not familiar with Law and Order, at the end of the show, it goes to a frame and it just says executive producer Dick Wolf, and you know the show's over when you see that. So 6 orders. That was huge. Muhammad Ali came through. The hat, my very first sale ever, came through with 2 more orders. Oh, and then I started making Donald Trump parody hats, which was really fun to make, and they actually did pretty well on sales. So I found again the same font basically, and I just did Make America Something Again. And I think I first started out with rhyming words of great, so skate was just, I don't know, I thought it was cool and easy to kind of drive skaters traffic to a hat. So this one worked out pretty well. Um, yeah, so let's get into 2019, and I'm gonna start doing 2 months at a time because we have a whole year here to go through. So let's go January until the end of February, which is a short month, but that'll do. Whoa, big spike in visits, 45 in one day. My conversion rate was super low during this time period. I mean, that's gonna happen after the holiday season. People are not willing to buy as much. So it was actually a downturn, and I did less revenue in these 2 months than just December alone. So I'm sure I was pretty down around this time. Let's check out what was selling though. Ooh, this was a good one for me. So I started doing like hip hop, actually just musical artists kind of shirts that not stealing their logos, but this is actually a parody of the Nirvana logo, and it says Rihanna instead of Nirvana with a upside down face instead of a smiley face. Um, so that was the only one with over 1 order that month. Let's see what happened on January 24th. I'm curious, really quick. January 24. It won't let me select one day. That's weird. Well, I only had 7 visits that day. So 45 visits only got me 1 order. It was on the Rihanna shirt. And it was just from a stream of different products. That's crazy because the most viewed product only had 4 views. Just a lot of views in that time period. All right, let's move on to March. There we go. So in March and April, huge jump, $716 revenue. This is going to be almost $400 in profits. I didn't even calculate January, February profits because it is too depressing. Yeah, 394 over these 2 months. So these were two solid months. It looks like actually after March it really picked up mid-April to the end of April. So let's see where these orders came from. Yeah, so no more than 2 orders in a single day in March. Had a 3 order day here in April. So it looks like um, April it really took off. Let's see what was selling. The Rihanna shirt I talked about was really selling, and okay, the Don't Trip hat. So this I saw Mac Miller wear it on his Tiny Desk concert, and then also LeBron wear it in an NBA playoff post-game conference. Um, and I decided to remake the logo as or the font as best as I could, and throw it on a hat, and throw LeBron and Mac Miller in for the SEO to get views here, and it worked. 187 views, 5 orders. So that was a killer design there. Oh, and then I started incorporating sweatshirts because they made more profit per sale. So so at selling for 35 plus $5 shipping, I was making like $19 profit off a sweatshirt. So I started just transferring pretty much all the designs I had over to sweatshirts to just maximize revenue and profits, which worked out well for me. And then let's see if I made any other Trump hats. Here we go. So make red hats wearable again. Uh, that's a funny one, actually. I like that. Did I have any other yet? No, I don't know if I did. But you can see how many products I have now. I started doing like St. Patrick's Day themed. The themed ones I found didn't work. I tried St. Patrick's Day and 4th of July, only sold like one or two. I mean, I guess it's worth it if you get a sale because of how fast you can make the designs. But you can see each of these tabs has 5 products on it. So so right now I'm at 5 times 14 products is 70 products on my store that have at least one view. Yeah, so it looks like I actually had exactly, well, I'm clicking all over the place. Exactly 70 products at this point, which was a pretty good base for the end of April. So let's move on. So May 1st till June 30th. So we more than doubled our revenue in this time period, and I attribute that to making tons of designs and just seeing which ones hit. You never know what's going to hit. For example, this is when my 7 hat started hitting off. So I noticed Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and Colin Kaepernick were wearing hats with the number 7 on it. And I was like, I mean, I guess you guys wear the number 7, but Durant didn't even wear the number 7 at that time. So it was weird. But I just threw a 7 on a hat, and I made 5 sales in 2 months from that. So that was crazy. And it really got a bunch of views. I guess other people saw them wearing that and wanted that also. And then my Trump hat was doing well here, 7 sales. Ooh, and then I also got into the Kawhi Leonard niche. So Kawhi had an insane playoff run with the Raptors. So I made a Kawhi Me a River shirt here. This one looks like just a picture. Oh, that's the picture of him hitting the shot versus the 76ers in the corner to win it. Um, Edited in black and white to avoid NBA NBA copyrights. Here's another Kawhi, real easy shirt to make. It just said "Fun Guy." Um, it was a shirt he put out and wore. I think I just used like Times New Roman font for that. And that had six orders in this time frame. Do I not have any other Trump hats? The skating one, and the red hat's wearable. I recall having a lot more, so we'll have to keep an eye on for that. So let's calculate revenue real quick. So, or profit. I'm just gonna say 55% of it was profit because of shipping. Uh, so we did $907 over 2 months. So not bad. Our profits are climbing every month now, which is really cool. Let's go July 1st, and we want the end of August. $50 and 2 orders. This can't be right. Did I mess this up? 7 1 what? 4,000 visits. This can't be right. 20 or what? Okay, well the graph is not populating, but the Don't Trip hat had 20, and then I transferred this to a sweatshirt. People were loving the sweatshirt version of the Muhammad Ali, and I had 12 there. Dad hat, 7 dad hat, continued at 9. Trump hat, Goku on a sweatshirt. So people were loving the sweatshirt. I made some Post Malone tattoos, uh, shirts. Those were cool. I'm looking for more Trump hats. Make it. Here we go. Make Obama president again. Zeros. Why is that? Why is that even in here? Okay, so this is so weird though. Is there only 30 days in August? Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe there's not 31 days in August. Okay. Well, anyway, let's calculate these profits here. 2022 times 55, 1,112. So now we're over $500 per month. If you divide it by 2, 556 per month in this span. So that's pretty good. How much is that a year? If you multiply that times 12, almost 7,000 a year. So a legit side hustle at this point, and honestly, I don't know if I've said it before, but this is very passive income. I mean, you're designing, you're uploading it. I had the whole thing automated, figured out the best way to get my print providers and Etsy to work together to upload these products and shirts and designs, hats, sweatshirts. I was spending, honestly, maybe at this point I could leave this alone for weeks at a time without doing anything. The only thing I was doing was adding new products and new designs because I wanted to keep increasing my profits instead of just staying at the same. But other than that, just customer service, helping customers out, was really the only work I had to be done on here. Making sure the orders were automatically being sent through, which sometimes was an issue. But honestly, outside of designing products, I would say 2 hours of work a month, maybe 3 or 4 hours, talking to customers and making sure that they got their products. Um, so, oh, we already looked at all this. So let's go next month. We're almost at the end of this. It's almost end of 2019. So just bear with me here. September to October. Woo! 2073 times 5, 1,140 in profit. Almost $600. So a slight increase in this month. Actually not as big as I thought when I saw that revenue number, but this store was starting to pop off as a good side hustle. All the products are pretty much the same. I might have gotten lazy during this time designing products. Oh, here's a new top seller. It is the word different upside down in kind of some cool font. The song Different by 2 Chainz, and then there was the song Different by The Strokes and Micah Tyler. So I kind of thought if I had one product and 3 sources of people searching for that, I could maybe get some sales there, and I got two sales out of that. So actually not as much as I thought. But still, the simple things that you don't think are going to work end up working pretty well sometimes. So here we go to which should be the most profitable by far so far, because we're coming in to the holiday season when my store is off and running. Come on, baby. 3,094. Sorry, I kind of yelled a little bit. I'll try to dim that sound down if I remember. Profits here was $1,701, which is $850 per month. And I'm guessing December was even higher. And I really didn't have that many new designs. Same old, same old. I got a little lazy apparently during this time and was just rolling out the same stuff. Few new designs in here, but nothing really on the top 2 pages. But yeah, definitely cool to see. Let's see, around holiday time, 6 orders in a day, 5 orders in a day, 5. So that's stuff you love to see. I mean, 6 orders in a day if they're all t-shirts, it's gonna be around 12. So that's $72 in a day. But I think I had a lot of sweatshirt sales as well, which are even higher. So it could be upwards of over $100 in a single day during these months in profit, which is pretty cool. Okay, so around this time, I decided to start a second store in 2020. I think it was maybe the first week of 2020 in addition to this store. And this is where things got me in trouble. So I'm not going to display or show the products from my second store because they basically got this store suspended and my other store, which forced me to open completely new stores. But I will show you stats from the other store and this store now in January and February of 2020. But yeah, and then I'll kind of go over a few ways to avoid having this happen. Okay, so in this store, I think like the 13th or 14th was like the last day my store was open. Maybe longer. Let's just go to the end of February to be safe. No, I don't know why there's a few visits. That's weird. But yeah, I think it got shut down like here, actually. The 12th or the 13th was the last day this store was actually open on Etsy before it being suspended for a few different reasons. But we killed it in a month and a half here. So 27, and remember, this is only a month and a half, not 2 months. So in a month and a half, I did $1,500 profit. So this thing was getting to around $1,000 in profit per month. Actually, let's just go only February or only January and see if we were at 1,000. So 1645 times 0.55. Ooh, 905. So we were super close to that 1,000 in profit a month on this store. And again, it's just the same products. Ooh, I did roll out the Feels Great baby shirt, which had 17 orders in January, which if you're familiar with football or the NFL and 49ers, that was a George Kittle shirt, which truly popped off. Cool. So now let me pause the screen share and I'm gonna sign out and log into my other store here to show you how that one was going until it got shut down. What is the email on that? Okay, we are in here. So January 5th was the first day the store was open. And the last day was the same as, what do you call it? The other store. Okay, so now that we're in here, insane profits and revenue on this store. It was nuts, and I can't reveal the products I was selling on this store, unfortunately, because they are not, I mean, I'm still running them on other stores that I've opened and on other platforms, so I don't want to reveal the products I'm currently running. Any of those other products we've shown in the past, feel free to use those designs for yourself, your own stores. But this one, I have to keep these confidential. Wow, this didn't even, let's see what our first order was. January 11th. So from the 11th to the 12th, 1 month time, I did 4,395 in revenue. And actually this store, let me calculate my profit percent margin. At the price I was selling these times, or no, so I was selling it for this much. Divided by, no. So 63%. Honestly, it might even be higher because I got a discount from my print on demand service because I was printing so many items. I will give that away. This was print on demand as well and fully automated as well. Let me calculate what that discount would have given me. Okay, so my profit margins actually were 55%. So I was selling these for $40 and it cost me $18 to print. So that's 55%. So 55% of 4,395 is $2,417 in profit, but then Etsy here does not take into account the $5 shipping per order. So if we add in another $600 for the 129 orders, we are over $3,000 profit, almost $3,100 in profit in a month on this store, and they shut it down and I had to start all over. I put in a lot of work in this store. It was popping. The traffic was insane, 4,600 visits, 129 orders. I mean, some days, is this filtered by orders? I did 14 orders in a day, 12. I did 2 days in a row of 12, and then one of 14. It was insane. It was really from no, it was really just end of January. I mean, I had these 3 days in a row that adds up to, what is that, 38 orders? I was insane. Just 38 orders. Just in these 3 days, I probably made, what, 38 would be like a quarter of my, a little over a quarter, like 30% of my sales. And my profit was 2,100. So if you take a third of that, $700 profit in those 3 days. I was loving life. And it all got shut down. So let's get into how you don't get your store shut down. Honestly, you just have to be really careful with the designs you make. Some of the designs I even showed you got marked as copyright violations. For instance, the hat with a 7 on it. Someone copyrighted the number 7. I think it was New Era, the hats, copyrighted a hat with a 7 on it. I was like rolling my eyes so hard. The product got taken down and I got a copyright strike. And I don't know how many copyright strikes I ended up getting before they shut my store down. Another one, which is kind of messed up, was Kobe Bryant memorabilia, I guess, after he passed away. His lawyers shut all my Kobe products down. I mean, there was probably hundreds of thousands of Kobe Bryant merchandise up on the internet at that point, and somehow they managed to pinpoint mine, and I think that was the final straw, actually, was some Kobe stuff. And that was on my other store, but since I had the same bank account and name and all of that on these stores, they shut both of them down. So it was just pretty poor timing because I just opened this store and it was popping, and my other store is the one that got me in trouble. Another way to avoid your store getting shut down is having good customer service, so customers can report you. Say you send them an item and it's damaged and they ask for a refund and you don't want to refund them, they can go to Etsy and get a refund directly from them, no questions asked, and that gives you a strike going towards suspending your store. So the combination of customer complaints like that or copyright violations are things that get your store shut down. Yeah, it was unfortunate, but I mean, I bounced back strong, taking these products elsewhere, being more careful. Not going to show you my live stores or anything just because that is confidential now. I can show you these old stores because I know people aren't going to be stealing these designs and whatnot from my new stores. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, so to cap off this video, if you are interested at all in starting your own Etsy store, fully integrated, honestly, the most passive income thing I've ever done for the most money, besides the customer service part, it is super passive. If you're interested at all, I'm developing a course. It should be down below or in a link somewhere alongside this video. So if you're interested there, it should be pretty cheap. I mean, I'm not trying to make a killing off this. I'm trying to get people into the Etsy game. It's a great passive income source, especially during these times when you have a lot of free time at home. You might be unemployed, looking for some way to make money at home. And honestly, you could turn this into a full-time income. If you looked at my profit from January to February on these two stores. Or okay, let's just go the first month was 900. I know that for sure in profit on the first store. And this is a month, not a month and a half, because it's January 11th to the 12th, and this was 2100. So you add those together, we're just north of $3,000 profit. That's $36,000 a year. Actually, yeah, $36,000 a year, which is a full-time income from this, and you can only continue to scale it as you add more winning products. So please do check out the course so you can get started fully automating this, get some good designs out there, get that passive income. And so I thank you guys for watching this entire video. Really cool to show you everything I've been doing on Etsy. I love the platform. It's a real cool way to have a little side business, little side hustle, turn it into a real money maker. So peace out. I'll see you guys soon in the course or in another video.